Tonight, members of the clergy are incensed after COVID wardens disrupt a funeral service to reprimand attendees for COVID-19 violations. The National Security Minister comes to the defense of COVID wardens. And the Castries mayor says city police dropped the ball on policing bus stands following a deadly shooting. The details of these stories and more coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovely St. Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Tuesday, the 23rd of March, 2021. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. Members of the clergy have expressed indignation over the disruption of a funeral service by peace officers or COVID wardens, as they are referred to. A video depicting the incident went viral on social media and has sparked outrage by members of the public. The Grosley parish priest and the assistant parish priest in Soufrière say this is disrespect in the Lord's house. Nisha Charles begins our reporting.
The assistant parish priest in Soufrière, Father Albert Smith, has called the disruption of a church service by COVID wardens unfortunate. In the video, which continues to make the rounds on social media, one can hear the presiding priest chastising the COVID wardens, calling them nuisances. According to Father Smith, respect for the church has gone out the window.
While, persons are supposed to be carrying out their jobs and responsibilities, I think, there needs to be some form of thinking, rational thinking, So to come into a church and to be able to disturb a funeral ceremony, I think that is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable.
Further, he said that it is unheard of that police would go into a church to effect an arrest.
The thing is, if a police is supposed to effect an arrest, they wait at the door, and when the person is coming out, they effect the arrest. But for wardens to go into the church, I am saddened by this, and it is a sad day for us in St. Lucia. Do not tell me that you're taking your job so seriously. What exactly that you were carrying out? At the end of the day, I think, and from my own observations, the Catholic Church is one of the safest places when it comes to observing the protocols of COVID-19.
The presiding priest at the time of the incident, Father Michel Francis, said that while what was circulated on social media was not meant for public consumption, it did raise the issue of the role of the COVID wardens at funerals.
In those new protocols, it stated that funeral services should be by invitation only, and even went further to say that the date and the time of the funeral services should not be announced, should not be advertised, so that you could keep within those numbers. Understandably, people want to say farewell, but we also have to understand that those protocols are law, and we have to observe the law. And at one time, we were only 10 people to attend the service. They brought it up to 25, and now it's 50. So we need to understand also, and the wardens have that function to perform, whereby the names that are submitted are on the list. They should have been there much earlier from the beginning of the service to check those names, and not while the service is going on.
The new protocols governing funerals will be in place until April 16, 2021. For the Hot 7 News, Nisha Charles reporting.
Thank you, Nisha. Meanwhile, National Security Minister Herman Gil Francis has weighed in on the situation, stating that there is no law that bars officers from tackling unlawful behavior inside a church. He says if the wardens were in the wrong, they will be reprimanded. However, if they were carrying out their duties within the purview of the law, he says, so be it.
Minister for National Security and Justice, Herman Guilfrancis, made it clear on Tuesday that he has not been appraised of other details surrounding the incident involving COVID wardens who reprimanded an attendee at funeral at the cathedral. However, the minister states candidly that the wardens or peace officers have an important job to do, and even at church, they are empowered to take action when the law is being contravened.
When these questions come, it's kind of difficult when you have not received a report from the police commissioner. So I don't want to make any comment as to why they went in and whether it was justified. But what I can say is, as long as an offense is being committed, whether you're in church or not, you're entitled as a police officer to do that. So if you see a criminal and there's somebody that you need to arrest for some infringement of the law, you can be at the tabernacle. The police have a right to go and get you.
Francis says the situation will be reviewed to determine whether the peace officers were heavy-handed in their approach or whether they were justified in taking such actions.
At the end of the day, it is a judgment call on their part. I was not there. I don't know the circumstances, how big the offense was, or whether by going in there they could have stopped some spread of the COVID. I'm not sure, but at the end of the day, this is something. Again, we learn from all the operations that we do. We learn from them, and so if there was not really any need for them to have gone in at the time, then I mean they will be spoken to and so on. But if they were justified in going in there, it doesn't matter whether it's a church or not. You would be arrested, and so they have a right to go in there to keep the law and to keep the peace. So, but I will leave that for the commissioner to respond to. He would have better information on that to me.
Many have argued that in the first world countries, the church offers sanctuary and people cannot be arrested in churches. However, it is important to note that while the practice of churches offering sanctuary is still observed in the modern era, it no longer has any legal effect and is respected solely for the sake of tradition. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
Members of the public have added their voice to the situation of the wardens enforcing COVID-19 protocols inside the Catholic Church.
Videos of COVID-19 wardens or peace officers have gone viral on social media, showing the wardens enforcing stringent COVID-19 protocols in a church. Many on social media have voiced dissatisfaction with the manner in which the situation was handled, so our team took to the streets to find out what you, members of the public, think about the situation that went down in the church with the COVID-19 wardens. Let's hear what you had to say.
A church is the house of the Lord, and I believe that, and I know that the church has securities. So at the end of the day, I don't think that there was no place for the wardens to be. I am happy that they're doing their job. Congratulations, guys. You do a good job, right? We get carried away sometimes as humans, but I don't think that was right.
People according to the protocol and thing, they're not in the bin. What I saw they were doing was wrong, you see? Because I mean, you cannot afford to come and disturb where there is worship, you know? So I figured to myself, that wasn't good at all.
My concern is, this is a church building. It's true they have, maybe some churches will accept like 25 or 30 people. But don't tell me the warden living outside, the people in the church worshiping the Lord, and then you're coming in the church and trying to put somebody else. That is disrespect, and I have no respect for God himself.
Now, if the warden have to come inside the church, I wonder if it's persecution that started already. Because I mean, if you are in a church and you are in a church, I feel you're more protected, and there's an amount of people that's supposed to be in the church. I know the warden doing the job.
Respect the church. They're not supposed to come in the church and they have social distance. Them wardens doing too much things.
That's real disrespect. That shouldn't be happening. They should warn these people, the wardens. That's big disrespect to the fullest. That's my opinion.
And those were your responses. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
Thank you, Genevieve. Stay with us. Still to come, the city mayor says CCC police should have been stationed at the Gross Lake bus stand where a woman was shot to death. Herman Guilfrancis responds to claims by Catherine Seames that he is more focused on political ambitions than solving crime. And should all teachers be required to take the COVID-19 vaccine ahead of the reopening of school? The Principals Association weighs in.